that I can't get into, but if you want to know, let me know. I'll let you know. By myself, I'm like holding all of this stuff, and then what else happened? Hello everybody, welcome back to the second episode of Little Miss Bare Minimum. I am your host, Mercedes Garcia, and last time we had done, the first episode was like a Q&A session, but I think this time for episode 2, I'm just going to be yapping my heart away about my very first art sale. So here on campus, we have this little event called like Mav Market, where we have vendors come up and sign up for an event where they can sell their goods, their handmade goods, their homemade cooked items, all that mumbo jumbo. And yes, so you can have people selling like, well, when we went, there was people selling like matcha, people selling desserts, pan dulces. We got some like Filipino food over there, a lot of different cultures in the mix as well. And then we also have like the artist aspect of it, where we have people selling their charms, stickers, their designs, prints, drawings, live drawings, and stuff like that. And for the longest time, I had been wanting to step into that realm. I believe a year ago, me and my friends had done like a joint table where we kind of applied as a group, and we had the booth set up of all of our different designs. So one of my friends did like a tote bag designs, other friends did stickers or postcards and stuff like that, and that was a lot of fun. I wasn't really involved in the selling process. I was a little bit too scared to talk to customers and handling all the merchandise, because you know, it's not just my merchandise, it's all of my friends. So I was a little bit scared of handling that aspect. I did put in some of my own artwork in there, but yes, that's as far as I was involved. So I had been wanting to, you know, branch out and try to do it on my own, and the opportunity presented itself this semester. So Mav Market, I believe, has been going on for 3 or 4 years now, happening every semester. And it'll usually be set up like in front of the library, or we have like a little park area on our campus as well. So there's different areas that the Mav Market can take place. This semester, it took place at the park area in front of like our UC building, where all the food is at. And I was like, okay, this is the year. I'm gonna try to step out there. I'm gonna try to put my work out there, make a name for myself. And so I applied. I set in my application, made an account and everything, and uploaded the kind of merch that I would be selling. And then it was just kind of a waiting game after that. You know, days went on. I think I applied not super early, but definitely not late. I applied at a good time frame so I can know, like, so I can wait for like an answer. Days went on, weeks went on, and I didn't hear a response from them. And they had said that confirmation emails would be sent out, I believe, around the end of September. And so I was just waiting. I was waiting to see, checking my emails, checking my spam, checking both of my emails, because I had forgotten which one I had applied with. But I had gotten I couldn't find no email. So I was like, well, I guess I did not get accepted. And I had already ordered all of my products. And so I was a little bit bummed out. I was really upset that I had done it all for nothing. But to my surprise, there was another smaller Mav Market event going on like a month after. So my friend had sent me the Instagram post telling me about it, called Spookathon for October. And it'll be like, I think literally the day before Halloween. But yes, we have those two events. We have the Mav Market, which is a little bit bigger scale, and then we have the smaller Mav Market that has a different name every year. This time it was Spookathon. And so that one takes place in the architecture courtyard, which is a nice little seating area. I don't know how you would describe it, but it's like a smaller park you could say. And so my friend told me about the open call for that. The applications were open. I went ahead and submitted again because I really wanted to try tabling and selling my art. So I put it in. I was a little bit stressed out again because I wasn't hearing back, and the turnover for that one was a little bit quicker. It was a week's worth of time to have the deadline to apply, and then the day of the actual art sale. So I believe the applications were due on a Thursday, I want to say the 23rd, and then the actual event was on the 30th. So I, again, submitted way ahead of time, and I knew they wouldn't get back to me until the deadline had been closed. So I was waiting and waiting, wasn't hearing anything. The Tuesday before, so it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is when I hear that I got accepted, and I'm like, oh, I don't have anything prepared besides my work, but you need to have like a good table setup. I think the most important part of like an artist alley event, besides your work, is creating a brand for yourself. As a graphic designer, I think brand identities are very important to me. I love creating brand identities, and there was no way that I was not going to have one for this event. So Tuesday I get the email, and I'm kind of stressing out because I have 2 days to put everything together to have like a somewhat decent presentable table. So Tuesday rolls around, I need signs. I open up Illustrator. I have some vector images that I already have that kind of serve as my brand image. And so I open the file, I start tweaking some things, creating a logo for my table as well as signage for all the work that I'm doing. And I'm pretty confident in my skills. That was not the hard part, but I had to send it in and then pick it up the next morning. And then what else happened? But now I need things to decorate my table. So I hop on over to Target and Michael's. I'm looking for like tablecloth covers, table runners. I need like cork boards for my work to display. But unfortunately, I couldn't find any like on that short of notice. So I made do with 2 canvases and use those instead of corkboard. I had to get a little DIY with it, but for one of them I just kind of plopped my pins in there and it worked out just fine. The other one, however, I had buttons that I wanted to display, but I didn't have anything to hold them up with, so I just used some kind of like tacky glue circles. I don't know how to explain it, but I had those tape sticks stuck on the canvas. They kind of fell, but I made do with what I had. What else I needed some, like in artist alleys, it's very popular to have like stacking cubes that you can assemble, disassemble. And my friend from the year prior at the artist alley the year prior, they had bought in some stacking cubes, and I had quickly messaged them. I was like, hey, I'm so sorry for the short notice, but I just found out today that I got accepted to this tabling event. Do you think I can like pass by and pick them up? And they're like, yes, of course, no problem. So I was very thankful for that I didn't have to spend more money on the event. So I'm shopping like in the morning for Target and Michael's, getting everything I need. I get my canvases, I get my canvas holders that have to like prop up my canvas. I get some flower decorations to sprinkle on my table. After that, I get everything from Target, Michael's. I head on over back to my friend's house, which is like a 40-minute drive from where my school is. I get that, pick it up, and then I go back to school and continue on with my day. The next morning, wake up, go to school, and right next to school is the print shop that I submitted my work to. Pick that up. I had a busy day that day as well, so I couldn't really cut out my stuff until I got back home. And I believe, I don't remember why, but I know it was like really late at night and I'm in my room. I don't have a brand new X-Acto knife, so I find a really old one somewhere in a drawer in my room. and the blade is really dull. I don't have a cutting board because I lost mine. I don't know where I put it. And so I'm on the floor, on top of the rug, cutting my work. And you know, it made do. It came out pretty decent. I think it could have been a little bit neater, but at the end of the day, no one's going to be looking like really closely at my signs. So they were just there to people to glance over. So I wasn't really stressed out about the details, but it would have been nice to have a mat board, like a strong surface that I can cut with, and a brand new X-Acto knife for cleaner cuts. But we're not going to talk about it. It's over. It's in the past. So those are just some hiccups that I had. And then, as if that wasn't enough, the day of the art sale, I have a busy day as well. So originally, let's see, let me break it down. So in the morning, I have to get up at like 6 a.m., get to school by 7, leave the house by 6:40, get to school by 7:30-ish, do my makeup for another 30 minutes. It is 8 o'clock, I have class at 8:20. I have a presentation, so I can't skip that. I had to wake up early, I couldn't be late. I ended up being late because of some other technical difficulties that I can't get into. But if you want to know, let me know. I'll let you know. I have a presentation, it goes well. We finish class, and then we have like a second class after that that combines with that first class. And someone else is presenting, but I have an event at 12:20 at another building for a broadcast journalism event. And so someone's presenting, but I tell the teacher, hey, I have to leave early. I have to go to this event. So I leave early, go to the event, and I'm gonna be honest, it was just a headshot. All I wanted was a professional headshot. I signed up for like a info session about broadcast journalism. I'm sorry, I did not attend. I was just too busy, and honestly, just wasn't in the mood. I just wanted a pretty headshot. I got it, I looked good, and they should be rolling out in the next few weeks. I can't wait to get mine. But yes, I had that event, and I actually had an interview for my radio job. I don't know if I could call it a job, but we're gonna call it a job. My radio job, I had an interview with the professor, but unfortunately she had to reschedule because she was sick. So I told her, hey, it's okay, I hope you feel better, have a great Halloween, have a good rest of your weekend, and we can reschedule for the following week. So that was out of my way, which I was kind of really glad about because, as I said, I have a lot going on that day. So that was something else, something less I had to worry about. And yes, so that was 12:20 was the headshot, and then 1 o'clock was my interview. That's gone, so now I'm free to head onto my car and pick up all of the stuff for the artist alley. And keep in mind, I am one person. I didn't have anybody to help me, unfortunately, but I know people were busy and it was very short notice to ask for help. So I had to do this on my own. I go to my car, I got like a big bin of things to set up my table. Well, I have one big thing, and then I have like another little box filled with all of my merch. So I have like like those cubes that you can like collapse and then like build up for your groceries. So I have one of those, and I put everything in there. I have my tablecloths, table runner, the stacking cubes, the my canvases, my canvas holders, and that's all in that. So that's in a big box. Maybe I'll put a picture, I don't know. And then my tinier little box is all of my merch. It has my buttons, my charms, my pins, and yes, that's all I had for this event. I didn't want to bring too much because it was my first time. I don't have like a really big following, and yes, I didn't want to overdo it. I just wanted to bring a little bit so that I don't have too much like leftover inventory. So yes, I brought a little bit. That's why it came in a little box. And so there I am, leaving all my stuff that I had with me in the beginning of the day, and now I'm going to be hauling all of this stuff to the little park that's thankfully not that far from the parking garage where I was at. But yes, it was quite a walk. So I'm not sitting there, but I'm grabbing all my stuff Thankfully, the grocery box has like handles, so I can like hook it onto here, and then the other little box, I had to like grab it like this. So I'm like walking from the parking garage. I don't know how to show y'all like, but it was like, this is the ground, and then the parking garage goes up. I'm on the like 4th floor, so I have to grab it. I didn't take the elevator because I'm weird. I prefer to take stairs. I think they're faster. So right here, I have to go down all of these stairs, and then have to walk all the way to the little park. And yeah, that was quite a walk by myself. I'm like holding all of this stuff and walking and building up a sweat, even though it was like kind of cold that day, like 60s, 70s, not cold, but like chilly. I don't know what the word is, but you know what I mean. So I'm sweating in the somewhat cold. And yes, thankfully I make it, everything's good. I did have like angel wings, and then I had like angel wing hair clips, but I ended up leaving them in the car, so my outfit was kind of not there, but at this point I did not care. I just wanted to stop sweating and get my table set up because I was already kind of late. The event officially started at 12, and people were allowed to set up around 10 so they can get, you know, things set up on time. But I had a busy day and I could not set up early, so I was a little bit late, but it was okay. I wasn't too stressed about it. I was only late by like an hour, so I'm okay. I'm chilling. But yes, I'm at the park, and then I have to check in. I checked in earlier, telling them I was gonna be a little bit late, but I wanted to check in again so they just don't think I'm a random person taking up a table. So I'm there, I'm trying to check in, but the person who is running the organizer table, they don't have access to like check me in, so they have to text somebody, a part of their organization, telling them like, what's up, I don't know how to check this person in. And I'm kind of just sitting there like very tired, my arms are like about to give out, and I'm sweating, and I'm like, can I just go to my table please? But yes, that took a few minutes, and eventually I got cleared in. I'm good to set up. So I go to like one of the 2 tables left, and I'm setting up, yada, yada, yada. I don't know what I'm doing because I didn't have time to practice my setup. So as I'm taking my stuff out, my good friend Miriam shows up, and she's like, hey, do you want me to help you set up? And I'm like, of course, oh my God. And so Miriam, she's like one of my best friends here at college. I actually saw her earlier that day at the broadcasting event, but she was talking to somebody, and I was kind of late to my headshot, so I just kind of like waved at her, and then I had to skedaddle. But I really wanted to talk to her after my headshot. I went back out to see if she was still there. She wasn't, so I was a little upset, but I was like, okay, it's okay, like we all have schedules to attend to, so I understood. But then seeing her like made my whole day. I was really happy to see her and really thankful that she can help me set up because I did not know what I was doing. But yes, she's here, she's helping me, we're catching up, haven't seen her since like summer. And yeah, so that was a lot of fun. She did a good job setting up my table for me. She did most of it, honestly. I don't know what I was doing. I was just there standing, admiring her and her beauty. I love her. But yes, she set up my table for me, and she would ask me questions here and there, like where I wanted, what I wanted, and I was like, yes, 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 here, 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 thank you so much. She did chef's kiss. I really loved how the table turned out. And yeah, so then we are set up, we're ready to start taking customers, and I'm a little bit shy, not gonna lie. I didn't know what my script was, I didn't have anything planned, and so for the first few customers, she kind of took on my PR agent role, and she was doing the talking for me, saying like, hey, this is my friend's table, and this is her stuff, this is her OCs, this is all of her little characters that she's made up, and I'm just like sitting at her, or I'm just smiling at her because she's doing the work for me, and I kind of feel bad, but also I'm really thankful for her, and I'm just in awe because she didn't have to help me at all. But yes, love you, girl. And yeah, so she takes the lead for a bit, but then after a while, I'm like, okay, let me try, because obviously it's my table and you have to leave in a little bit. So I'm trying my best. I actually ended up having like a few sales, and I'm very happy. For my first time, I ended up selling like half, but I think that's still pretty impressive for my first time. I wasn't sure what to expect, but my little color-coded guys were really popular. Those, again, I didn't have a large inventory, but those sold a large amount of pins and buttons. So I was very happy about that. I had a really strong feeling about them. I'm very confident in my brand, I guess you can say. And I've been knowing, or I've known that they have like a strong potential about them. And a lot of my friends tell me that as well. And I think this was a good like test run on showing them out to the world in public, in real life, not just online, but in real life, and seeing how they fare with people and their reactions. And they were very popular, so I'm very glad for that fact. And I think just moving on, it's time to just push them more, make more art about them. I think for my next run, whenever that may be, I will definitely try to bust out some stickers or some postcards, some small prints, really try to bring their reputation up. So I will be working on that in the future. But yeah, I was there from like, let's say 1:30 after I finished setting up. 1:30, and I called it wraps at 6. The event ended at 7. I could have stayed another hour, but it was getting cold, and I had left my puffy jacket in my car because I was sweating. But by the end of it, I was getting a little bit chilly, a little cold. So I was like, I'm ready to go. I think I'm very content, very satisfied with my sales for my first time. So yeah, around 6 o'clock, I was also hungry, and they were selling hot dogs. So I went to go get a hot dog, my chips, my drink, finished eating, called it a day, started wrapping my stuff up, and had to make my long trip back to the car again by myself. And yeah, throughout the event, I saw so many familiar faces that I hadn't seen in so long. And you know, just catching up with everybody, I saw so many people I didn't know that I got to meet, and people, customers that really loved my work and started following my socials, which was really nice. I think it's important to connect with your audience and start building them up as well. So I was really internally grateful for everyone who showed up, for everybody who supported me, whether they were at the event or from afar. I got some Instagram messages saying like, oh, I wish we could have made it, but I couldn't. And I was like, oh, that's okay. Like, I really support you, and there will be more times, trust, where I can sell my stuff and get it out to y'all. So after that, I kind of headed to my car. But then I also had one more event because I went to go see, I believe that night was a volleyball game on campus. So I finished my night off with volleyball. And yeah, I think that wraps up the Artist Alley story, I guess. I'm definitely trying to look for what's out there, see what other events there's coming up, see what other events are coming up. I'm trying to reach out to people, seeing like, hey, like, you have a lot of experience with tabling, with artist alleys. Do you know how, like, do you have any tea, any word of mouth about what events are coming up, or like where I can sign up, where I can find this information? And I'm also just like searching up on socials, because socials are a really important way of networking and seeing like what events there are out there. I did find like an account that is known for running events, so that's good. I found something on TikTok, something on Instagram. So yes, I'm in the works of finding my next event and possibly restocking my merch, because I did sell out a few characters and people were kind of upset. Not upset, but they were like, own. So I did feel bad about that, but also it's a good thing that I managed to sell out some characters because it was my first time. But yeah, I think that'll wrap up episode 2. I hope that was a good yap. I don't know if that was kind of boring or what, or if that was cohesive. I probably chop up all of my audio and footage to make a cohesive sentence, so I do apologize about that. But yeah, I think we're going to conclude this episode. This has been your Little Miss Bare Minimum host, Mercedes, and I will see you guys on the next one. Comment down below what else you want to hear, what you want to know, and yeah, let me know if you want some of my work. I will get it out to you. And okay, I will see y'all later.